Hi guys. Hi, it's Miss Amy. Um, Zero's a little sad. He won't come out of his zero. I don't know why he won't talk to me. Are you gonna talk to me and tell me why you're sad? Is it something that I did? No. What is it? What? I'm gonna take off the zero. Can I take the zero off of your face? All right. I'm gonna take this off. Put the zero back. Now what is it? What? Oh. Oh, I see. Yes. Yes, you're right. Yesterday was take your child to work day. You're right. And why does that make you sad? What? Oh, because your mom was going to take you to work? Did your mom take you to work? She didn't. Well, why not? What? What? Oh, because what? She works at the North Pole. What? Oh, she works for an Earth organization. Yes, because it was Earth Day a couple days ago. Is that why? Oh, I don't understand. What? Oh, okay. Zero is a polar bear. Yeah, and his mom works for an organization that spreads the word about how important it is to take care of our planet. Right? Right? Because where do polar bears come from? What? The Arctic. Polar bears come from the Arctic. You're right. Yeah. See, there's the globe, right? What part of the Earth do the polar bears come from? Are you going to show them? Right down at the bottom. Yep. And up at the top. Oh, yes. They live at the North Pole. Yeah, where it's cold. Yes. That's where penguins live, and where polar bears live is at the top and at the bottom of the North Pole, and penguins are in the South Pole a lot too, right? Yeah. Now, why are those poles so important? Why is the top of the Earth and the bottom of the Earth so important? What? Oh, because that's where polar bears live. They need the ice. And you know what's happening to the ice right now? Oh, it's melting. The ice is melting. Yeah. And the polar bears, like polar, like Zero, the hero, they need to stay where it's cold. Yeah. Now we read a book about Brazil, where Cindy the centipede lives, or where she comes from. Yeah, and it's 100 degrees. But in the North Pole, it's like 0 degrees like all the time. It's always cold. And it needs to stay cold, because if it doesn't stay cold, the ice will melt. And if the ice melts, what happens? Oh, the polar bears have nothing to walk on. Well, you know how to swim, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, they know how to swim, but they have to swim from landmass to landmass, which is covered by ice, right? Now imagine if you lived in an island of ice and it was melting. Where are you going to sit down? You got to keep swimming forever? Yeah. So or Zero's mom, his mom's name is Polar. His mom Polar was gonna take him to work yesterday and talk about that, but because of the coronavirus, he couldn't go to work with her. So he missed take your kid to work day. But did she go on your behalf? No. Why not? Oh, they canceled the conference. They'll have to have it next year. And it was very important to talk about it this year, wasn't it? Saving the polar ice caps. Yeah. So is there anything we can do? I mean, we're here in Ohio. See, we're in North America, but we're nowhere near the polar ice caps. We're here in Ohio, in North America. Is there anything we can do? What? The trees. We have to save the trees. What do the trees have to do with ice? You know, yeah. The trees make oxygen. Yeah. And the trees clean the bad air for us. All the plants do. Trees and flowers and bushes and all kinds of plant life cleans our atmosphere, because trees put out oxygen, yes, and we take in oxygen, and the trees they take in carbon dioxide, and we put out carbon dioxide, so we trade, right? Yeah. The trees, the plants, all give out the kind of air that we need to breathe, and we give out the kind of air that they need to breathe, and we trade. So without all the trees and the plants and the bushes and the grasses, we wouldn't have anything to live on. We would have no air. We'd have very dirty air. Guess what has happened during this time that we have all been in our homes without driving our cars back and forth? The air has gotten cleaner. It has. It's been a magical thing. Now, it's not a good thing because, well, we're sitting in our homes. We can't go to school. We can't go to work. We can't do all those things we like to do. We can't go to the stores. But the planet, animals like Zero and his mom, polar bear, all the polar bears and all the centipedes and all the things living on our planet, the other things besides the humans have really enjoyed this time, haven't they? Mm-hmm. And do you know what today is? Today is a holiday. Did you know that? Guess what holiday it is? You don't know? Arbor Day. What's an arbor? An arbor is a word for tree. It's the day of trees. This is a great day to plant a tree and to celebrate trees and to love a tree and to hug a tree. Do you like hugging trees? No, because you're a polar bear. No. Well, they don't have many trees at the polar ice caps because trees aren't supposed to grow where there's ice. No. You can grow an evergreen forest where it's cold, but if it's frozen all the time and the dirt is frozen, it doesn't grow trees. But the trees are very important because the trees give off oxygen, which gives a nice thick blanket around our planet so that it stays cold at the polar ice caps where it's supposed to be cold, so that animals like Zero and polar bears and penguins and seals can live on the ice because they get so tired when they have to swim from one ice place to another. The islands of ice are melting, and if they have to swim and swim and swim and swim and swim, they never get a chance to sit down and eat and rest and sleep because they can't just keep swimming in the ocean. They weren't meant to swim in the ocean forever. They were meant to walk in the ice and build houses out of snow and live in them and hide in them and hibernate when it's really, really cold. But they can't. No. Oh, Zero. Do you know any books I could read about trees? Wait, do you know what else yesterday was besides Take Your Kid to Work Day? Zero, I gotta tell him. It was also Favorite Book Day. Yeah, Favorite Book Day. So, what's my favorite book? A book about trees. The Giving Tree. One of my favorite books. I'm gonna read that today because today is Arbor Day, Zero. And in celebration of trees, I feel like we should celebrate trees. This is a book called The Giving Tree. Do you want to sit down over there and listen? Or you want to sit here? You want to sit here? All right, you sit here in my lap. Or maybe you should sit up there so everybody can see you. All right, you sit up there, and I'm going to read The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. He's a very interesting character. Like, you want to see a picture of him? There he is. That is Shel Silverstein. That was back when he was young. I'll bet that dark beard has gotten gray now. But he wrote The Giving Tree, which is a great book about how important trees are to our environment and how we love trees. And the more trees we have, the healthier our air and the more full of oxygen it is. So what are you going to do today to help a tree? You think about it while I read this book, The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. One of my favorite books. For Nikki. That's called a dedication page. I don't know who Nikki is. Shel Silverstein knows who Nikki is. He wrote this book for him. Once there was a tree. Isn't that a great tree? No, there's no color in it. It's just a drawing. It's a very simple book. And she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come and he would gather her leaves. What can you do with leaves from a tree? We eat leaves. Yes, we do. Lettuce, spinach, cabbage. Yep. Animals eat leaves. Giraffes eat leaves. They eat a lot of leaves right at the top of the trees. What can you do with leaves? You can make a hat. You can make them into a pile and jump in it. That's fun. And make crowns and play king of the forest. Oh, look. He can gather up all of the twigs and all of the leaves and make crowns like a king. Yeah, that's a fun activity. He would climb up the trunk. There he goes, all the way to the top. You see him climbing? That's a good drawing, isn't it? That's very clever. He didn't have to draw the boy at all. Look what he did. He just drew his feet and his hands, and then it looks like the boy is climbing. He doesn't even have to draw the boy. He's behind the trunk. That's a clever drawing, isn't it? And swing from her branches. Where is he? I see him. He's up on the tree. There's his toes. It's fun to swing in a tree. I have a neighbor with a swing that's in her tree. It's really cool. And eat apples. Where do apples grow? In an apple tree, of course. Yeah. And they would play hide and go seek. Can you play hide and go seek with an apple tree? You could. You could hide behind the tree trunk. Hide in the leaves. Oh, look, she's pointing at him right there with her branch. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. Oh. Yes, with the trees, it shades the yard in the hot summertime. Did you know that your parents can lower the cost of their energy, of their air conditioning, by planting trees around your house? Yeah, do you know what the trees do? They cool down the air around your house. So your air conditioning doesn't have to be so high in the summertime. It's true. You can even open a window more often with trees around your house. Shade makes lots of cool air. And the boy loved the tree. Oh, yes, he really loves that tree. Look at that tree. Probably one of his favorite things. He's a tree hugger. Yes. I'm a tree hugger. Are you a tree hugger? You should be. Trees are fabulous. Go hug a tree. Can't hug people right now because of all this corona stuff, but you can hug a tree. Yeah. Very much. Oh, look how much he loves that tree. Look what he wrote. He wrote in a little heart, me and the tree. Aww. And the tree was happy. Oh, the tree likes helping the boy. It makes her proud. It gives her lots of useful things to do. But time went by. How do we know that time is going by? Is the boy getting bigger? Oh, look, he's growing. And the boy grew older. Who's sitting under the tree now? Wait a minute. There's 2 sets of legs. He has a friend. Yeah. It says me plus T for the tree, but this heart says me and YL. I don't know who YL is, but he has a friend. And the tree was often alone. Oh, where did they go? They're not there anymore. They walked away together. Where do you think they are? Then, one day, oh look, the boy grew up. The boy came back to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk, and swing from my branches, and eat apples, and play in my shade, and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "Oh, I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples." "Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you'll have money, and you will be happy." "Ah, that's a good idea." he can sell the apples. Very smart. And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered up all her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. Oh, good. She's useful again. That's good. Yeah. Makes her proud. But the boy stayed away for a very long time. And the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back and the tree shook with joy. And she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "Oh, I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." Well, that's a good idea. What do we build houses out of? Yeah, we build our houses out of lots of things, and mostly wood. Where does wood come from? Tree trunks. Yeah, and tree branches. And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. Look, he's a grown-up now. He's not a boy really anymore. He's a man now. I guess they're just calling him boy so that we don't forget who the main character is in the story, right? I don't want to change his name and confuse everybody. That's a lot of branches to carry away. And the tree was happy. Why? Because she's feeling useful, right? She made the boy happy, so she's happy. But the boy stayed away for a very long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far, far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." Is the boy a boy anymore? What is he now? Yeah, he's an old man now. He grew very old. He's going to build a boat out of her tree trunk. And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. He cut it right down with an axe. And the tree was happy. But not really. And after a very long time, the boy came back again. "Oh, I'm sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you." Look at the boy now. Boy, he's a very old man now, isn't he? Yeah. "My apples are gone." "Oh, my teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "Well, I'm too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb." "I am too tired to climb," said the boy. "I'm sorry," sighed the tree. "I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump. I'm sorry." "I don't need very much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could, "well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down and rest." And the boy did. See, now he's an old man. Just a trunk to sit on. And the tree was happy. The end. This story makes me have a little sadness in my heart. Yeah. Because the tree said he was happy. That's Shel Silverstein. But I'm not so sure that the tree was really happy if he kept getting cut down, right? Pieces of him kept being removed, or her, I guess. It was a girl in the story. But the boy was happy. She made the boy happy. And because she made him happy, then she was happy too. Trees aren't real people, are they? No, but in the story, the tree had character. The tree was a character. Isn't that clever? Can you write a story about something that isn't alive or doesn't walk around but could have a personality and could have a character? Sure. You could write a story about anything that you want. You can use your imagination. So Shel Silverstein used his imagination to imagine, how would a tree feel? We don't know. A tree can't really talk. But a boy can talk. We know what a boy does. We know what a person does to a tree. What do we do to trees? Well, first we plant them. That's a good thing. But then we use them for things, don't we? They give us food, like apples, yeah? And they give us shade. And they give us leaves, yeah? And they give us animals that might live in the trees, like birds and bird nests. Yeah, you might hang a bird feeder in a tree. And we give them carbon dioxide, yep, because we breathe out. And they give us a very important gift, oxygen. Yeah. So happy Arbor Day, my friends. Go out and hug a tree and celebrate trees and maybe study all the different kinds of trees there are in the world and keep them growing. Grow some more trees on this Arbor Day so we can make more oxygen. You're at home and you got nothing else to do. Plant a tree. Yeah. And think about our polar bears at the North Pole who need that nice thick blanket of air covering the earth to keep the earth cool and frozen at the North Pole so they can live. Yeah. Have a good day, friends. Happy Arbor Day. Think trees. Have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow.